All right, for our first alteration, we're going to lengthen and shorten the skirt. We're going to base everything on this line right here, which is our grain line, and that's important for us to keep straight. And we're also going to pay attention to this other line, which is our hip line. So everything that we do will be based on those two lines. So what I'm going to do is I will come in here and draw a line that is perpendicular to my grain line and parallel to my hip line. Then I'll just cut along that line. I'm using an X-Acto blade. You can use a pair of scissors if you want. And take those apart. Now I'm going to grab a separate sheet of paper. And I'm using some colored paper simply because it will be more visible for the camera, so you can see the difference of what I'm adding. Just going to tape that on. And then I'll determine how much extra length do I want. So let's say I want to add 1/2 inch in length. I'm just going to draw a line parallel to my cut line that is 1/2 inch down. The other line that I need to extend is my grain line. And between this line and extending my grain line, it will be easy for me to line up the bottom part of the skirt. So once I've lined that up, I'm actually going to cut off this extra paper right now so I don't have to worry about it later. I can line up the grain line, and I can line it up with my new length. Tape that down. Don't be afraid of using lots of tape. And then I just need to fill in all of the other lines that are missing. So I need to complete my center front. Here's my center front, which happens to be on a fold. Or I could use this little number to indicate a fold. And then I also need to fill in these lines over here. Note, as the skirt comes down, this one actually gets wider as it goes down the bottom, goes down towards the hem. So I'm actually going to blend from a point not right at the cut line, but a little bit higher up to a point a little bit further down. I'm going to make sure I add my seam allowance. Cut off what I don't need, and I've extended it. The reason why I don't chalk on just extra paper down here to increase the length of this pattern piece is because as it gets wider towards the bottom, if I just add extra paper down here, it'll get wider and wider and wider. And oftentimes when we're working with specifications from a client, they want a very specific sweep. And so if I just chalk on paper, I'm going to ruin the sweep. So to maintain this measurement, I need to do the adjustment for length higher up in the garment. And that's how you lengthen and shorten a skirt.